Some of them play in our band, and they've been working all year to prepare for this performance. Now they have the opportunity to play for their families in the evening at concerts that they've had a couple of weeks ago. But we thought it would be really fun to bring all of you down so that they can perform for all of you as well. Can we give them a round of applause for all of their our instrumental music teachers, Mrs. Lewis, who teaches and we have a new friend to introduce, Mr. McCormick. Some of you may remember Dr. Taylor in the wintertime. That was Dr. Taylor's final concert. He got to retire, and Mr. McCormick came in and he remember, respectful, safe and prepared audiences are listeners on our bottom. And sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Mrs. Lewis.
Okay. Yes. So I know that we have some third, fourth, and fifth graders that are in the audience. We also have kindergarten and first and second grade. You guys especially, pay attention to what you see in the year, because in just a couple of years, or second grade, like next year, this could be you. Okay, so there's all kinds of stuff that you're going to see in here, and hopefully at some point when you get old enough, you'll find something that interests you, because this can be you. All right, so we're going to start with third grade. They've had one concert in March. This is their second one, and I have some helpers that will tell you a little bit more about what you're going to hear.
This year we've learned all kinds of songs from various genres, including classical, pop, rock, folk, and blues, and more.
We've even learned about Mozart's love for pizza, Beethoven's love for macaroni and cheese, grumpy donuts, chickens that have cell phones, and so much more.
We hope you enjoy our 3 selections: French folk song, Chicken with a Cell Phone, and the blues.
Hi everyone, I'm Mr. McCormick, like Dr. Ghost, I'm the new band teacher here. Do we have any third graders who are not playing string instruments right now? I'll see all of you next week whenever I demonstrate some instruments for you. In front of you, you have our beginning band. These are all people who have been playing their instrument for 1 year. We're really excited to showcase some music for you. I'm going to turn it over to Sylvia.
My name is Sylvia and I play the flute. This is the first piece that we will perform for you is called Dragonfly. We have been working on this piece since January and we are excited to show you off all our hard work.
My name is Tyler, and I play the trumpet. The next piece that we will play for you is called Geyser Point March. As we play this piece, listen close to see if you can hear out our imaginary geyser.
My name is April and I play the baritone. The final piece that beginning band will perform to you today comes from a popular band that you might have heard of called the Beach Boys. This is Barbara Ann and we hope you enjoy.
Okay, this is the front stage. Just a second, we can just switch out all the other groups. Third grade. Third grade. Fourth grade band. Next, we have a combined fourth and fifth grade orchestra. And before we continue, we need to thank all of the teachers and staff for, because we disrupt your day all day, every 30 minutes, and we appreciate it. And thank you for the use of the gym. Anytime we ask, they're like, it's never, we always say yes. I think we're ready. Ellie, are you ready?
Hello and welcome to our portion of the concert. The performers you see behind me consist of our 4th and 5th grade Hoover orchestras. We will begin with an exciting piece where we need to on purpose play 2 strings at a time, go back and forth between playing pizzicato using just our fingers, and the regular use of our bow, and the violins and violas even get to play with the bow upside down using only the sting. Pay close attention to see if you can spot this fancy trick. We hope you enjoy sword dance.
I have a couple of riddles for you. Why does it take a pirate so long to learn the alphabet?
Why?
Because he gets lost at sea.
That's right. What is a pirate's favorite kind of cookie? Ships ahoy. Okay, back to the show. For our next song, we will take you on a pirate adventure. Please enjoy Captain Jack's Horn Pipe. the low-sounding cellos, and you can hear it sneaking around the room. The violins and violas are on a hunt to find and capture it. Please enjoy an excerpt from Dragon Hunter.
We have one more round of applause for all of our orchestra students. I would like to echo a thank you to all of our classroom teachers. Thank you so much for your flexibility and patience, especially as a new teacher. I really appreciate all of you. And thank you to all of you for being such a great audience today. Did you guys have fun? Yeah! Awesome. We have one more group here. This is our advanced band. These are people who've been playing for 2 years. I'm going to turn it over to Liam.
My name is Liam, and I play the French horn. This first piece that Advanced Band will be playing for you is called Star Splitter Fanfire. This exciting piece will showcase our flute texture and make you feel like you're about to take off in a rocket ship. We hope you enjoy.
My name is Preston, and I play percussion. The next piece that we'll be performing for you is called Dance Log. This piece has been our favorite piece to learn, and we hope you enjoy the dance-like sections that can be heard throughout this piece.
Hi, my name is Thomas, and I play the baritone. The final piece that Advanced Band will be performing for you is from the popular 2008 movie Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. We hope you enjoy Raiders March by the legendary John Williams.
Awesome, my friends. Thank you so much once again. That is the end of our program. We're going to start dismissing. We're good to go.